There's a truth most of us do not want to confront. We live in a world where emotions seem to rule us, pulling us in every direction. Rage, jealousy, fear, sadness, each one like a storm crashing through our minds. We are prisoners, locked in a cell made of our own emotional chaos. But it doesn't have to be this way. What if you could stand unmoved in the face of this storm, anchored by an inner strength that no external force could shake? What if you could master your emotions, instead of allowing them to master you? This is the ancient challenge of mastering oneself, a challenge that has echoed through the ages, from the teachings of Stoicism to the lives of the greatest thinkers and warriors of history. It is not an easy path. It is not for the weak, but it is the only path that leads to true freedom. Today, we will uncover the Stoic secrets to mastering your emotions. These are not mere techniques, but principles, guiding lights that will help you forge a life of inner peace, strength, and fortitude. The Stoics understood that emotions themselves are not the problem. It is our lack of control over them. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength, said Marcus Aurelius, one of Stoicism's greatest voices. The power to master your emotions lies within you. The question is, are you ready to claim it? Number 1. Recognize that emotions are not reality. Detach from the storm. One of the greatest misconceptions about emotions is that they are the truth. We feel something deeply, anger, sadness, frustration, and we believe it represents reality. But Stoicism teaches us that emotions are not objective truths. They are simply our reactions to the world around us. They are interpretations, colored by our perceptions and judgments. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." The first step to mastering your emotions is to recognize that they are not the world itself. They are your mind's response to it. This realization creates space between you and your feelings. Imagine standing on the shore, watching a storm rage over the ocean. The waves are wild, crashing violently, but you remain safe and dry on the shore. The storm is not you. The waves are not you. You are the observer, not the participant. In moments of emotional upheaval, practice detaching from your emotions. Take a step back and observe them as if they were outside of you. Ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? What story am I telling myself that is fueling this emotion? By distancing yourself from the storm, you can begin to see it clearly, and in seeing it clearly, you regain control. Number 2, accept what you cannot control. Surrender to fate. The Stoics believed in the power of amor fati, the love of one's fate. This is the idea that we must embrace everything that happens to us, both good and bad, because it is all part of the natural order. One of the greatest sources of emotional turmoil is the desire to control things that are beyond our power. We rage against circumstances. We despair over outcomes. We fear what might happen tomorrow. All because we are clinging to an illusion of control. Fate leads the willing and drags along the reluctant, said Seneca, a Stoic philosopher and statesman. To master your emotions, you must learn to accept that there are things in life you simply cannot control. This is not a sign of weakness, but of wisdom. When you stop resisting the inevitable and accept life as it is, you free yourself from the emotional chains of fear, anxiety, and frustration. Ask yourself, in moments of emotional distress, is this within my control? If the answer is no, let it go. Surrender to what is. This act of surrender does not mean passivity or indifference. It is an active choice to focus your energy on what you can control. Your own mind, your own actions, your own responses. The rest is simply fate, and it is beyond you. Number 3, practice voluntary discomfort. Strengthen your inner resilience. In our modern world, we are conditioned to avoid discomfort at all costs. We seek out comfort, pleasure, and ease, believing that this is the path to happiness. But Stoicism teaches us the opposite. True strength is not found in comfort, but in discomfort. True mastery of emotions comes not from avoiding pain, but from facing it head-on, voluntarily. The Stoics practiced premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils. This was the practice of imagining worst-case scenarios, of mentally preparing for hardships before they occurred. By doing this, they trained themselves to face adversity without fear, and in doing so, they diminished its power over them. We suffer more in imagination than in reality. By facing our fears in our minds, we can lessen their grip on us in real life. But beyond mental preparation, the Stoics also believed in practicing voluntary discomfort in daily life. This could mean fasting, taking cold showers, or abstaining from luxuries. By deliberately exposing ourselves to discomfort, we build resilience. We learn that our emotions, particularly fear and anxiety, are often exaggerated responses to situations that are not as terrible as we imagine. The next time you feel overwhelmed by fear, anger, or sadness, ask yourself, what if I embraced this discomfort? What if I saw it as an opportunity to grow stronger, rather than something to avoid? By leaning into discomfort, you build emotional fortitude, and with it, the power to remain calm and centered in the face of life's challenges. Number 4. Reframe negative emotions. Turn obstacles into opportunities. The Stoics believed that every obstacle in life was an opportunity in disguise. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way, wrote Marcus Aurelius. This powerful Stoic principle teaches us that the very things we perceive as problems, our negative emotions, our challenges, our setbacks, are the raw material for growth and transformation. To master your emotions, you must learn to reframe negative situations. Instead of seeing them as threats or failures, see them as opportunities to practice virtue. When anger arises, see it as a chance to practice patience. When fear grips you, see it as an opportunity to cultivate courage. When sadness weighs you down, see it as a moment to strengthen your resilience. The Stoics were not blind to suffering or hardship, but they refused to be defeated by it. They understood that emotions like anger, fear, and sadness are inevitable, but how we respond to them is always within our control. By reframing negative emotions as opportunities for growth, we turn what could be destructive forces into fuel for our own development. In moments of emotional difficulty, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to become stronger, wiser, more virtuous? This shift in perspective transforms obstacles into stepping stones, and in doing so, you gain mastery over your emotional world. Number 5. Cultivate gratitude. Focus on what you have, not what you lack. In a world that constantly tells us we need more success, more money, more recognition, it is easy to fall into the trap of dissatisfaction. This endless pursuit of more fuels negative emotions like envy, frustration, and greed. But Stoicism teaches us that happiness does not come from acquiring more, it comes from appreciating what we already have. He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has, said Epictetus. Gratitude is one of the most powerful tools in the Stoic arsenal for mastering emotions. When we focus on what we have, rather than what we lack, we shift our mindset from one of scarcity to one of abundance. This shift naturally diminishes negative emotions like envy and resentment and fosters a sense of contentment and peace. Each morning, take a moment to reflect on the things you are grateful for. This simple practice can have profound effects on your emotional state. It grounds you in the present, rather than allowing your mind to be consumed by desires for the future or regrets from the past. Gratitude recenters you in what is real and present, freeing you from the emotional turbulence of always wanting more. In those moments when negative emotions arise, pause and ask yourself, what am I grateful for right now? This small shift in focus can dissolve the emotional storm and bring you back to a place of calm and clarity. Mastering your emotions is not about suppressing them or pretending they don't exist. It is about understanding them, detaching from them, and using them as fuel for growth and transformation. The Stoics understood that emotions are part of the human experience, but they are not the masters of it. We alone are the masters of our minds. The Stoic secrets to mastering your emotions are not hidden. They are open to all who are willing to practice them. By recognizing that emotions are not reality, accepting what you cannot control, practicing voluntary discomfort, reframing negative emotions, and cultivating gratitude, you can begin to forge a life of inner strength, resilience, and peace. Remember the words of Epictetus: we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. This is the essence of Stoicism. The power to master your emotions lies not in the external world, but within you. Let us walk this path together, embracing the challenges, learning from the obstacles, and cultivating the inner strength that only comes from mastery over oneself. This is the Stoic way, and it can be yours too. What are your views on this? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I will personally read all of your comments. And if you seriously want to level up in life, don't forget to show some love by hitting the like and subscribe button. Stay strong. Until next time.